What's going on, guys? Vic VP here. We are talking about the HyperPie edition of our GameCase arcades and all that. I got an email today. Somebody wanted to find out what the systems were for the HyperPie. Again, this is a 200 gigabyte system. I'll be brutally honest. I can't stand this thing. I am not a fan of the Raspberry Pi. This is a lot of coding, and I so much would rather do a Hyperspin build. It's just so much easier, but for me to edit this stuff, it's very difficult. Just like most people, you find like already made like flash drives on like the site. So I actually started with that and then added more ROMs to it, and I I don't know what to explain. We'll let the video tell you everything. This basically we're gonna go through all the systems that are on the HyperPie. Again, this is a 200 gigabyte memory stick. So 200 gigs on this one, and most of them will be 200 gigs. So let's just get to it. I am running right now the regular HyperPie. Again, this video we're going to do systems, and I don't really want to show all the games, but at least we're going to kind of see how many games are in each thing and all that. The reason right now you see the screen is a little funky, it's not full screen, is because the resolution on these things are pretty bad, but it's taking the resolution off of the actual TV screen on this, which is like a 1368 by 638, something like that. Anyway, let's get right back to it. So we got the arcade right here. This is the bar top that we are playing with. So we're gonna go nice and slow. So the arcade, this is your MAM arcade, is 2962. You got the Atari 2600 is running 648 games. I'm actually gonna do the math real quick on this. I'm sorry. This way, all my postings can be correct. So 2962 plus, again, our Atari 2600 is 648. The Atari 5200 is 72. The Atari 7800 is 59. I'm looking at the computer screen and at this. 76 on the link. Commodore 64 is a nightmare. 2231. I only say that because it's like it's got numpads and all that. ColecoVision is 140. Sorry. Daphne is 16. That's all the games that they make in Daphne. Dreamcast I didn't go crazy with. 12 games. Because in reality you need another stick. The disk system. Again, some of these were like, when I downloaded the flash drive, it had the system in it. I really wish I could take out some systems, and when we get to that, you'll see it. Game & Watch is 55. The Game Gear is 250. We're already at 6,000 games. The Game Boy is 565. 7176 to be exact. Game Boy Advance is 1036. Game Boy Color, 535. 281. That was for the Sega Master System. Sega Mega Drive is 782. This is the Mega Drive, 235. We're at 10,000 games right now. MSX, 567. The N64 I didn't even go crazy with it. Like, yeah. Only because, again, you need a controller. Like, you need a second D-pad. I didn't go crazy with that. Nintendo DS is 22. That was tough because that's like you have to click the screen and all that. 142 for Neo Geo. Ooh. 2. My phone can't even handle it anymore. 142. The NES, my personal favorite, 791. Neo Geo Pocket, 9. Neo Geo Pocket Color, 40. MS-DOS is something that I want to remove out of this thing. It's a nightmare. We're going to touch up on that in another video. But again, this is talking about systems and all that. Ports is Kodi. PlayStation, I didn't bother. It was like 3. Good. RetroPie is a configuration. ScumVM, I want to take that out. It is a nightmare to take that away because one little code and I screw up the whole thing. Sega 32X is 33. The Sega CD is like 8, I think. 25. Super Famicom 486. SG-1000. The only reason I have this is because it was already inside of the flash drive. Super Nintendo 786, another personal favorite of mine. TurboGrafx 94. We're at 13,000 games right now. 13,000. This is the CD. I want to delete it because that has nothing. Vectrex doesn't have nothing, but I'll touch up on it. 21. Virtual Boy 24. Virtual Boy was like I love that. I had one when I was a kid. Everything was just red though. 375. And the Amiga garbage. And also this. Wow. I have a lot of games on this one. 2947. 2947. So in total is 16,486 games on this. Again, the guy that emailed me was like, Vic, do you have Zombies, Ate My Neighbors, and Ninja Turtles? And I always laugh at like not laugh in a bad way, but I laugh at like the emails that I get because I'm like, what system are you talking about? Because Ninja Turtles is on the arcade, that's on Super Nintendo, that's on NES. So to my knowledge, because he did say the Zombies Ate My Neighbors, that is Super Nintendo. I'm going to go into Super Nintendo. I'm going to go right to Z, and there's your Zombies Ate My Neighbor. Now this again is running Emulation Station. This isn't a track mode. I originally was thinking about like, I'll just stand here and kind of just go down the list, but we're not doing that. There's so many games to this that it just goes on and on and on. So you can kind of see why we will not do that. There you go. There's all the systems. I don't even know how many systems we have in it, but we do have at least 16,000 games. I'm going to be able to rename the title on that. Again, 16,486 is the amount of games we have on this thing. Again, it's a great option. You know, some customers warned me about this Raspberry Pi thing, but I like to give options. I did download like a flash. There's like a site that you could get like the flash drive already made. Like there's no ROMs in it, but it has like the heart of it, the XML. I like to say it. So this one we did it. Let's touch up on real quick on the ones that I hate, such as like no, not this one. It's the Amiga. Watch this. I'm gonna go into Amiga, and it's this, right? If I press start, I'm not even gonna do it because it doesn't lock up. But now you need like a keyboard, and I had to pull out like a USB keyboard to make it work. So you need a keyboard, and it just annoys the hell out of me. If I do scum VM, watch this. And again, this is just something that I don't like to do this, but I can't take it out. I wanted to take out and fix the coding to it, but a RetroPie is literally like something that you would delete something and it will mess up entirely. This is launching. You can see there's an error, and then you get this. ScumVM, I know, like on the Hyperspin, I used to have that on my file. ScumVM is basically bootlegs, we'll call it, where it's like Street Fighter, but it's like Cartoon Network versus Street Fighter. So it's like it's fake. It's a fake system, but like this right now, I can't add a game. I know I have ROMs on it, but select a date. I don't know what to tell you on this. Not to mention the nightmare I'm doing right now for this. So this again is like something that I wish I could just remove it, but again it messes up the whole coding system. The other nightmare I was having with this was that no, I'm gonna say that for the pluses and minuses on this thing. But again, there you go. Even Kodi sometimes doesn't work right. You have to make sure you put on your Wi-Fi to make it work. But there you go. This is a 10-minute video just showing off the systems. Again, 16,000 plus games. Not too bad. I didn't go crazy with the high-end stuff like PlayStation and N64 because in reality, you need the controllers. And if you're going to if you're going to spend the money on controllers, I would rather sell you the Xbox 360 controller than to make like the BS RetroPie pads, and they're just annoying. I don't want to deal with it. Um, Again, it's a cool thing to have. It's 16,000 games. So you can't really go wrong with 16,000 games. But I really try to focus on the games that could mostly use your arcade buttons and all that. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna call it a video on this. We're gonna do another one if you're watching on the live stream. Again, I did live stream this one because I am not going to film this. I'm too lazy to edit it because I don't like this HyperPie. I hate to say it because I'm going to sell this thing and I sell these things, but I'm not a fan of HyperPie. Check out the next one. We are going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Oh, we're going to do a track mode and my pluses and minuses and thoughts on that. I'll see you guys.